I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A 55-year-old woman is dead after she was hit by a vehicle in Palm Coast. The Florida Highway Patrol says the Palm Coast woman may have been attempting to cross US 1 on foot just south of Royal Palms Parkway when she was struck Saturday night. They're uncertain, though, whether she intentionally stepped in the path of a sedan traveling south on 1. The victim, who hasn't yet been identified, was pronounced dead at the scene. The incident marks the second pedestrian death in Flagler County this year. In April, a person was fatally struck along I-95 south of State Road 100. The sheltering tree is ready to serve guests in a new location as the weather turns colder. Karen Johnson has the details.
The Sheltering Tree is a non-denominational civic organization providing cold weather shelter during the many nights per year that the temperature drops below 40 degrees in Flagler County, like the ones forecast tonight and tomorrow. Sue Bickings, chairman of the Sheltering Tree, explains the new location for this year.
The cold weather shelter will be open at Church on the Rock in Bunnell each night. This is a new location for the cold weather shelter, which has been operated by the Sheltering Tree for the past 12 years in Bunnell. The Church on the Rock is located at 2200 North State Street in Bunnell, across from the Atlantis storage unit. We will be ready with a warm cot and 2 great meals each night.
The shelter facility will open at 5:30 p.m. until 8 a.m. the following day to anyone who has no place to sleep, has inadequate heat, or is in need of comfort from the harsh weather. The Sheltering Tree program serves meals, distributes clothing, provides grace bags filled with toiletries, and creates a warm, welcoming, safe environment to get a sound night's sleep. The Sheltering Tree facility can accommodate between 30 to 35 people. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Flagler County suffragist Alice Scott Abbott will be inducted into the Florida Women's Hall of Fame. The Bunnell pioneer was chosen by Governor Ron DeSantis to be among 3 inductees in a ceremony to be held virtually in the new year. The Flagler branch of the American Association of University Women nominated Abbott for her work to protect women earnings and wages and to secure women the right to vote with the 19th Amendment. Kim Medley, publicity and social media chair of Flagler's AAUW, says Abbott traveled 17,000 miles to advance the suffragist movement.
Without these women, without their determination, we don't go to the polls and vote. There were over 200 women in 1920 in Flagler County, and I think today in Flagler County, women number more than 46,000 voters in Flagler County. So it's just incredible what these women were willing to do in order to secure the right to vote.
Abbott died just days before she would be eligible to vote for the first time in 1920. Local firefighters save a dog that went missing and was found down a steep embankment along the Intracoastal Waterway. John Arking has the story.
It was Saturday, November 21st, when Flagler County Fire Rescue was alerted about a dog that was stuck in the mud after wandering into a densely wooded area and falling from a sheer drop along the water's edge. Lieutenant Mike Pius says a crew from Station 41 was dispatched to assist animal control.
So we had to go under some trees and some heavy brushed area and make access. Once we put eyes on the dog, I deployed one firefighter Mary Ann Houston, to traverse down the bluff and make access to the dog. Upon our size up, we found that there were 2 floating docks on houses that were on A1A. And so we were talking about either deploying our jet ski or maybe a paddleboard to go get the dog. And as we're talking that out, one of the citizens that lives on the 4200 block said that he had a canoe for us to use, and we could just paddle on over and scoop the dog and the firefighter up and come back. And so that's what we did. We redeployed to that area and had animal control meet us there, and we got the dog and the firefighter back to dry land safely.
Maddie, a small, older Jack Russell Terrier, is blind and had gone missing during a stroll with her owners. They'd looked for hours for their missing beloved pet before calling animal control. Though no one knows how long the dog was stuck in the mud, she remained calm during the entire rescue operation, and Maddie was reunited with her owners, remarkably unharmed. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
How is the COVID-19 pandemic affecting aviation?
Flagler Executive Airport Director Roy Seeger, himself a COVID survivor, says businesses at the airport, like flight training schools, are back.
You look at a lot of the businesses here are flight training and things of that nature, like close context. So a lot of the flight training was really tamped down a lot.
He said other businesses also took a hit.
Even like Hijackers restaurant took a hit as well. They closed down for a while.
Seeger said that while much of the leisure industry took a hit early on in the pandemic, many of the leisure businesses at the executive airport are coming back. To hear the full interview with Roy Seeger and others, download the Flagler Radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, events everywhere were canceled this year. So what's happening at the Flagler Executive Airport in 2021? We'll talk again with Director Roy Seeger. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's morning news. I'm Amy Cherry.